Hello, 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 Clubhouse, hello, Facebook, hello, Instagram, and hello, YouTube. Happy Monday to you all. Y'all, I'm so happy to be here. Hey, Glory Patience 717. When I tell y'all, I was ready to go to the upper room last week. Hey, Jada. Last week I was just not well. I'm so happy to be back here with y'all this week because last week I felt like, I should be singing Take Me to the King by Tamla Mann. All right, but this week, I'm back. I got my energy back. My voice is like 98% back. Hey Mo, I've got so many stories for you guys today. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to get started. I'm going to give people a few minutes to come on into the room. While we do that, y'all have so many stories for you. So I'm going to give y'all little tidbits here and there. No, Mo, I was like super sick. Thank you, Jada. And I'm going home tomorrow for Thanksgiving. So, I want to do my detox after the holidays so I can enjoy my food. Um, but yeah, we're getting started in a couple of minutes. Y'all, did y'all hear about the Chrisleys? If anybody watches the Chrisleys, I don't know what network they play on, but they have had like a reality show for years now. And they had been indicted for tax evasion, not paying their taxes and whatever. They got sentenced. The man, the husband, he got sentenced to 12 years and the wife got sentenced to 7 years for not paying taxes, y'all. Listen, hey Derek Bailey, y'all need to be careful out here. Pay the government their money because they're going to get it one way or the other, okay? Um, so just that little tidbit while we wait for everybody to, come on. Yes, Kels Butter. 12 years for the gentleman, 7 years for his wife, because they did not pay what they were supposed to pay to Uncle Sam. All right. Now, we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. I'm going to introduce myself for anybody who doesn't know why they're here. But for those of you who do, we have plenty of stories. We've got stories about Drake, Mariah Carey. For those of you who are in school, unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. We have stories about Levi's jeans, robot dogs. Um, if y'all use Adobe, the sound went out on Facebook. Sound went out on Facebook. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Derek, can you go back and check on Facebook for me and let me know if I need to start and stop and start again? Yeah. But what else stories we've got? We've got stories about robot dogs. My people who use Adobe, there is something happening that y'all need to be aware of. My graphic designers. Kanye West is in trouble again. Y'all hurt my feelings today. I sang y'all a song. Yes, yes, Jada. Hey, Brandon. Y'all hurt my feelings today. I sang a song and nobody could recognize the song. Now I know I ain't Jasmine Sullivan, but I feel like I could hold a note and nobody got the song, but that's okay. Anybody who's ever eaten at In-N-Out Burger, we've got it's good now. Awesome. Thank you, Derek. And also, if anybody interested in the cannabis industry, there is a quick story that I want to share with you guys. Okay, so we are getting started in just a few moments. Can't wait to share all of this fun, educational goodness with you guys. So, invite your friends on into the room. I'm so happy to be back, y'all. Last week, your girl was ready to see the light. The chariot was coming down, swinging low, ready to carry her home, okay? Thank you, Sincere 39, for checking that. But this week I am back. Okay, listen, I'm gonna do a praise dance in my chair right now. But it is 8:05, so let us get started, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop cultures and celebrity news. Hi from Ghana. Oh my gosh. I want to go to Ghana so bad. Monta, can I stay with you? Yes, the chariot, Jada. I did. I almost went to the upper room since 39. I'm not even kidding. Okay. Yes. Hey, thick Nubian goddess. But yes, I'm Natalie Pierre Lewis. I am the host of the show and the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. Things like making sure you have your articles of incorporation with the state, making sure be quiet, Little Rock. Okay, I want to go to Ghana. That's one of the places I want to go. So getting your articles of incorporation, making sure you have EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, making sure you have contracts for partners and clients. Making sure that you protect your brands through trademarks, copyrights, and patents, and also hiring and training strategies so you don't get sued for discrimination. Okay, I help you do all these and more. If you're wondering why I'm qualified to help you do these things, I'm very happy that you asked. I am a licensed attorney. I have been one for 16 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to anyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful in business, there are just some things that you need to know. Like our friend Mr. and Mrs. Chrisley, who's going to jail for 12 and 7 years because they ain't paying no taxes, okay? So yes, so there are just some things that you need to know. And I'm here to make it more accessible to you because sometimes, you get lost in the sauce with all that information that's out there, okay? So if you're in the startup phase of your business and you're looking for some legal guidance from a seasoned attorney who knows what they're talking about, hit your girl up, okay? Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. There you can book yourself a free 15-minute consultation. You can also download my free biz launch cheat sheet that's going to help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less. Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is also where you can connect with my other social media platforms, check out my digital products. Anything and everything having to do with NPL Consulting, you can find at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, okay? But that is the business side, but we need to get to why we're here today, okay? So for those of you who might be new, this is how the show works, just in case. So I pull stories from the news, stories from blog sites, stories from any source that I find that has a lesson that we can learn as business owners, and we talk about them, okay? So this is a time for you to ask your questions, to give your comments, to get involved in the conversation, because it's just, we learn things better when we are involved in the process, right? So don't be shy, ask your questions, leave your comments, as long as they're respectful, because I tell everybody, my mother watches this show, and she don't like cussing. So, although I am thinking about starting a Patreon where, we could just like talk about these things. But y'all let me know what you think about that. Anyway, so that is what the show is about. And we're not going to waste any more time because we have got a lot of ground to cover on tonight. Oh, but first, let me respond to Little Rock's comment that I say that to anyone from Africa. Little Rock, because there are so many different countries in Africa, yes, I want to visit a lot of them. So I do say that to everybody I meet who's from different places because I do want to visit all those places. How come you don't never invite me to Kenya? Huh? Thank you. All right. So our first story of the evening, okay? Do we have any Drake fans in the comments? Any Drake fans? If you are a Champagne Poppy fan, give me a champagne bottle emoji or the champagne glasses. Some people might be a little upset with Drake these days because of his latest album release, some of the lyrics. Okay. Right. But any Drake fans? Joella gave a thumbs down. Joella said no. Okay. Yes, I did do the story on Layla Ali. She got rejected for her trademark because it's too close to her dad's name. Okay, Joella does not like Drake. Okay, and hey, that is your prerogative. Okay. Anyway, so whether or not you like Drake, or you'll listen if it's on. Whether or not you like Drake, Drake recently came out with a collaboration album with 21 Savage called Her Loss, right? And aside from giving me one, oh, because you don't care for Champagne Poppy. Okay. And aside from questionable lyrics on this new body of work that Drake has put out, Drake got into a lot of trouble a few weeks ago with Condé Nast. Now, Condé Nast, they are the conglomerate that owns publications such as Vogue, right? Now, when as part of the marketing campaign for this new album with 21 Savage, Drake and his team, and I guess 21's team, they designed their own Vogue covers. They even printed them out. They even printed out their own Vogue magazines. And Drake thanked Anna Wintour, on his social media for, having them on the cover of Vogue. The only problem is Anna Wintour had no idea what Drake was talking about. Vogue never did a cover shoot with them. Vogue did, maybe they've done articles, but at least not recently. And Condé Nast was like, "Excuse me, Mr. Drake and Mr. 21. We did not approve this cover. This is a trademark infringement. You are using our brand without our permission. You're printing magazines. You're putting yourself on the cover, and you're acting like Anna Wintour was in on this? Absolutely not. Condé Nast not only sent cease and desist messages to Drake and 21 Savage, they also filed a lawsuit against you need to find an immigration attorney for that, Mansa. Check out Brazen Lawyer. She's an immigration attorney. Maybe she could help you with a student visa. Um, yes, but yeah. So Condé Nast was like, Drake, who do you think you're messing with? Okay, and they were gonna sue him. They were gonna sue him for any profits and things like that. So because Drake didn't want no smoke, and 21, I'm assuming, didn't want no smoke either, they basically have settled this issue with Condé Nast. Now they're not going to be paying any money, I don't believe, but they have agreed to stop promoting this Vogue cover. They have agreed to, take it down wherever it is, take down any association between them, this album, and Condé Nast. Okay, look, don't get these fashion girls in a twist, because they will come for you. Okay, Drake likes to act like he's all innocent, and he's like, ooh, tee, oh, I didn't know. Drake, you are a savvy businessman. Okay, you knew that this could possibly happen. Jada said Drake can't handle any smoke, legal or otherwise. Anyway, yeah, who knows? Anyway, he obviously can't, because he and 21 decided, look, we're not even going to fight Condé Nast, Vogue, Anna Wintour. Y'all got it. So they have agreed to stop using the Vogue cover, so that Condé Nast will get off their butt uh, and they can get this lawsuit dismissed. So, yes, 21 couldn't do nothing for you. All right. Okay. Next story that we are talking about. This is a very quick update. So a few months ago, I told you guys that Mariah Carey, she was filing a trademark for Queen of Christmas, right? And there were actually multiple people who were opposing the trademark application. At the time when we talked about it, we were like, look, Mariah is the Queen of Christmas. Who are these people? We've never heard of them. Mariah, obviously Mariah's gonna win. Guys, Mariah didn't win. Mariah's trademark application actually got thrown out because So they had all these oppositions from people who were saying, no, I'm the queen of Christmas. And what happened was Mariah's people failed to respond to the opposition. So basically, the USPTO said, anybody got a problem with this trademark application? A bunch of people jumped in and said, I have a problem. Mariah's people didn't do nothing. So the trademark court said, oh, okay, so Mariah's not the queen of Christmas. So now Mariah was also trying to trademark Princess of Christmas and QOC as an abbreviation for Queen of Christmas. But all of those applications are currently not live. They are not active because her team failed to respond to the USPTO within the prescribed amount of time. Now, I don't know if maybe they got caught up in the new timeline. Before you used to have 6 months to respond to an office action from the USPTO, but recently they cut that time in half and they only give you 3 months. So I don't know. I mean, I doubt her legal team wouldn't be aware of that, but who knows? Either way, her team didn't respond, and so their application has been rejected by the USPTO. Now, that doesn't prevent them from, maybe filing in the future, but I'm pretty sure at this point, the people who were initially opposing it are probably going to try and get that trademark for themselves. Specifically, a woman named Elizabeth Chan, who apparently has come out with multiple Christmas albums, and I've never heard of this woman. But yeah, Mariah Carey may be Queen of Christmas in our hearts, but she is not the Queen of Christmas according to the USPTO. Okay? All right. Now, this next story. This is for all my students. Do we have any students here now who are you about to go to university? Have you just graduated university? Are you in university? Some type of graduate program, PhD program? Anybody who is in some type of higher education, give me some type of, books emoji, all right? Now, we all know that school books are very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. And then when you try and get your money back at the end of the semester, you paid $400 for a book and you might get $10 back, right? Hold on, I have some comments here on Clubhouse. Lydia said, recent graduate going to grad school in 2024. Yes, I love it. Absolutely. Congratulations, my dear. I wish you all the success in grad school. So Lydia, have you ever heard of a website called Z Library? That Brandon guy, Kels Butter. Anybody, have you guys heard of something called Z Library? If you have, just give me a Z in the comments, okay? All right. Now, if you have not heard of Z Library before this, I'm sorry for you because I feel like they might have been doing God's work out in these streets. But up until recently, Z Library, you've heard of it, that Brandon guy? Okay, that Brandon guy, since you know what Z Library is, why don't you tell us real quick in the Instagram comments what it is, okay? And for the people on Clubhouse and Facebook and things like that, Jada said it's a scam, organized theft. Scam, organized. Yes, exactly, Jada. School books are organized crime. It's only like 3 or 4 book publishing companies that do school books. It is organized crime, right? In my opinion. But hey, but everybody deserves to get paid for their work. Okay. But yes, that Brandon guy, they had all the books on PDF. Z Library was an online, basically a pirate website where you could get a lot of academic books and journals for the free. They had over 11 million ebooks, corresponding with textbooks and academic journals, where you could get the PDF copy of your textbook and not have to pay those, huge textbook fees, right? This website operated from January 2018 until November of this year, so very, very recently, okay? Because, of course, book publishers and authors and things like that, they found out about this website. They launched an investigation, and the governing bodies did their thing, and they found out that Z Library was being run by two Russian nationals, two gentlemen who were from Russia but actually were living in Argentina. These two gentlemen were basically uploading any textbooks, any academic stuff they could find onto Z Library. So of course, hi Can Rock in the city. So of course, a lot of people, the Napster of school books. So look, when you're a college student, you are broke, okay? You try to buy the used version. You try to look for the online version. You might go to the library and take the book out and just keep renewing it every semester. Z Library was like, we got y'all. Here's the ebook. You ain't got to spend all that money, right? But of course, all of that violates copyright law, right? So these two Russian nationals, they were caught. They were extradited from Argentina. They were extradited from Argentina to the United States, and they have been charged with criminal copyright infringement, wire fraud, and money laundering. Okay, so while I understand, I'm a lawyer, I understand how the law works, but I also understand what it is to be a broke student. What these two gentlemen were doing, yes, it was illegal, but believe me, they were providing a service out here for the students of the world. Okay. Oh, man's brazen lawyer, brazen lawyer. Um, yeah. So like books are so expensive that people are looking for other alternatives. I hear a lot of commercials from, the online universities where they're like, we have all digital copies so you don't have to spend money on books. Because books can easily run you anywhere between, like $1,000 for a semester, especially if you're in, a scientific background. So having something like Z Library for a student who may not have, a lot of discretionary money probably was a really great resource, but unfortunately it violates copyright law. So Z Library is no longer functioning. They have taken down the website. And I'm sure there's another one being built right now. So power to the students, okay? Um, exactly, Kels Butter. Look, whenever something falls through, nature abhors a vacuum. When something disappears, something else will come to fill it. Okay. All right. Um, moving on to our next story, real quick. Do I have anybody here from the state of Iowa? Anybody here from the state of Iowa? Can Rock in the City said that's sad. It is sad, but it's like legally, it's against the law. Not uh, I don't even know. I don't look. Book publishing is organized crime. Educational book publishing. Tell whoever, I don't care. It is organized crime. You are squeezing or trying to squeeze blood out of rocks, okay? The kids are already broke and you're going to charge them hundreds of dollars for books anyway. Um but moving on. So I don't think we have anybody here from Iowa. But I'm sure you guys have seen the meme. There's this meme image that goes around, and it's like a baby with a fist, and he's called the Success Baby. He's got like a gray and green shirt on. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The Success Baby, and he's got the fist, and he's like, today's gonna be a great day. If you know what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you know the meme that I'm talking about, okay? I've seen it all over the internet. People do their own little spin on it, blah blah blah. Okay, now that picture doesn't come from nowhere. There is a person behind that picture, and there is a mother of that child. So the kid in the picture who goes like this, his name is actually Sam Griner. Sam is actually a teenager now, and his mom's name is Lainey Griner, right? Now, they know that this picture has been circling around the internet for memes, and they're like, fine, my son's picture, it's popular, that's great. They were cool with that, right? Until recently. In Sioux City, Iowa, a U.S. representative by the name of Steve King, not Stephen King, Steve King, he was, like most politicians are doing right now or constantly doing, trying to raise money for their campaign. And his team sent out a fundraising email with this baby in it, with a joke saying, fund our memes. Now, U.S. Representative Steve King, he is, a conservative, and his values do not align with Lainey Griner or Sam Griner. So when Lainey found out that this U.S. representative from Iowa was using her son's image to try and raise money for his campaign, she filed a copyright infringement suit. She's like, you can't use my baby's face to raise money for your campaign. I don't even like you. So yeah, so she brought suit against Steve King's campaign and himself, and in turn they have to pay Lainey and her son $750 and cease using this meme. Okay, now they're not charging the representative himself because he's an older gentleman. It was his team, his, I guess, media team, they put it together, but his campaign does have to pay Lainey Griner and her son $750. This is the power of copyrights, right? You get to say how people use your work, when you have copyrights. If you don't like someone's ideas, if you don't like someone's lifestyle, and you don't want them to use your work, your copyright helps you to enforce that, right? Like when 45 was running his campaigns and using all of this music from different artists, a lot of them sent his campaign cease and desist letters because they didn't agree with his politics, okay? So same thing here. Meme Kid's mom said, look, I don't like you, politician, and I don't want you using my son's face to raise money for your campaign, and now she's getting $750. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Now, do you guys think that Lainey Griner, do you think she did too much, or do you think that that was the right thing to do, right? Because this meme, people use this meme all the time, right? I see it like 5 times a day. Do we think that Lainey Griner did too much, or was she just standing up for the fact that she does not agree with this man's politics? Or should she just have let it fly since this picture is all over the internet anyway? What do you think? After this, we're going to do a quick break so I can recover my voice. What y'all think? Do you think Lainey was doing too much, or she did just enough? That Brandon guy said it was a good thing to do. So did Kel's Butter. Okay, yeah, I agree. Don't go using my baby's face to when you are out here spewing things that I don't like, right? Okay. So, before we move on to our Jada said, standing up for her political views in this climate is important. It is. Y'all, we gotta vote, okay? Y'all see what is happening. Y'all saw the Cheeto. We have to vote, please. Anyway, I ain't saying you gotta vote for, Uncle Joe, but just do something. Do something, okay? Before we move on to our next stories, I want to remind you guys that you are watching NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you are in the startup phase of your business and you're looking for some legal guidance, I'm a licensed attorney with a passion for helping entrepreneurs achieve their dreams. Go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and book yourself a free 15-minute consultation today, okay? All right, next story. If you have heard of the artist Banksy, please give me that paint palette. Give me some type of art emoji. We've actually talked about Banksy a lot on this show. Banksy has had a very busy few years. For those of you who may not know, Banksy is an artist who maintains anonymity. Nobody knows if Banksy is, a man, a woman, black, white. Nobody knows who Banksy is, right? But Banksy's work is very well known. Thank you, Jada. Now, recently, Banksy lost a trademark infringement lawsuit against a company. No, not Pimpsy, Banksy. Banksy. He lost a trademark infringement um, case against a company, basically because Banksy, as an artist, he would laugh at intellectual property, and he was like, trademarks ain't nothing, copyrights ain't nothing, blah, blah, blah. But then once a company started using his work to make merchandise, he wanted to stop them, right? So he went through all these shenanigans to get this store to stop selling merchandise with his art on it. And eventually he lost because he had never bothered to properly secure his trademarks, right? Yes, British pop artist, right? So he never really went about securing his trademarks properly. So this company that makes greeting cards and things was able to obtain the trademarks for some of Banksy's work, right? In return, this company has this company, they, I guess, collaborated with guests, or I don't even think they had to collaborate with guests because the court said the art was in the public domain. Guess has recently come out with a capsule collection that features Banksy's work on their clothing, on jackets, on shirts, and things like that, right? And Banksy was so mad. He went on his, or they went, I don't know who they are. They went on their social media and they're like, look at this. Guests stole my work and put it on their clothes. Why don't you guys think you should be able to go into Guess and grab some of their clothes and grab some of their clothes? So basically Banksy was inciting, people who might be wild Banksy stands to go into Guess and steal. So much so that this Guess store, which was located in London, had to close down, okay? Um yes, his loss big time. So Banksy, while he may not be able to, fully profit from his work, from a lot of his work, he still holds sway with people, and he was inciting his followers to go and rob the guest store. Ooh, excuse me. You should have protected your intellectual property in the first place. Banksy was known to make fun of people who mentioned intellectual property protection. Now look at you out here in these streets, okay? Just acting all types of wrong. Um, Hold on. Let me see. I got a message here on Clubhouse. Yes, Joella. Yes. Look it up. Look up Banksy and the guest store. I'm telling it's for real. All right. Okay. So yeah, I think Banksy is doing a little too much here. It's not Guess's fault that you didn't protect your intellectual property. They're out here to make money. People have been telling you for years to get your intellectual property in order, and it's not until somebody else started making money off your work that you started paying attention. That's your fault. Guys, this is a lesson for you to learn. When you are out here, when you create something, okay, whether it be something for a trademark or a piece of art that you create, or an invention, you want to make sure to protect that early, because you don't want to have to fight people off because you didn't protect it, okay? Um yeah, so good luck to Banksy. All right. um Next story. How many of y'all have ever owned a pair of Levi's jeans? If you have ever owned a pair of Levi jeans, please give me an L in the comments. Banksy is anti-establishment. Let them be. Okay, you can't be anti-establishment though and still want the legal protections for the work. Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? And this is just me playing devil's advocate. Whatever. But yes, anybody ever owned a pair of Levi's? Give me an L in the comments, whether it be, wherever you're at. None of y'all ever owned a pair of Levi's? Come on. Y'all don't remember when they had that like indestructible denim that you couldn't break in? Okay, thank you. Right. Can anybody tell me what is the distinctive characteristic of Levi's jeans? Is there something on a pair of Levi's jeans when you see it? Yes, they were, Jada. They were actively stealing, but also Banksy didn't protect his stuff. If I leave it, I shouldn't get robbed, but I also shouldn't leave my purse open on the corner, right? Right. Um, Brandon is saying a button fly. He's saying that a button fly is a signature Levi characteristic. Anybody else? Anybody else? The racist patch on the back. The patch is racist? What, the Levi's patch? The leather thing? Are you talking about the leather patch that says Levi, or are you talking about the tab on the back pocket? That Brandon guy. That Brandon guy said the racist patch on the back. Jada said Levi, their little triangular logo. Levi says, I thought. Okay. No, which one are you talking about, Brandon? Are you talking about the leather patch or the red tab? Let me know. Anyway, while you guys clarify that, Levi's considers, if you ever look at the back of a pair of Levi's, there's always like a red tab, right? Sometimes it's a different color. It might be white, silver, but Levi's has this red tab that they put on a lot of their jeans. So much so that they've been using this red tab since 1938, since 1936. They got it trademarked in 1938, and they've been using the red tab for over 80 years. The patch that says Levi has the horses on the back. Okay, okay. That's not the patch I'm talking about. There's if you look at the back of a pair of Levi's, there is usually going to be a little red tab in the corner of one of the pockets. And that red tab is a registered trademark for the Levi's company. It's been registered since 1938, and they've been using it for 80 plus years, right? Levi's has been filing a lot of lawsuits against other pants and denim companies who are starting to use, colored tabs on their pants, specifically red ones, right? So now it's indisputable that Levi's has this trademark for this red tab. But what I want to know from you as a consumer group who goes out and buys jeans, is that red tab, when you think of that red tab, does it make you think of Levi's? Because Levi's is saying that this red tab, it is the defining characteristic of our jeans. Do you, as the consumer public, do you feel like this red tab is, the defining character of Levi jeans? Because for me, I don't. Now, I'm not saying it's not part of it, but if you had the red tab and you didn't have that Levi's leather patch or the button fly, I might not really care, right? Kels Butter said yes. Kels Butter thinks that it's a defining feature of Levi's jeans. That Brandon guy, please don't listen. Okay, listen. We all know that a lot of these companies are based on horrific histories. But you know, we can't fight every battle. But how many of you guys think that the red tab is a defining feature of Levi's jeans? Please give me a thumbs up if you think so. Miss Jovemore said, "Is it to match red bottoms?" No, 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 no. Red bottoms have only recently become popular. Levi's have been in business since the 1930s, so almost 100 years. Christian Louboutin, while he's been around for a while, he hasn't been around as long as Levi's. Okay. And either way, Levi's is not in business with the Louboutin company. Okay. All right. But yeah, so let me know what you think. Levi's, they're on the warpath against a lot of companies, suing for trademark infringement because they feel that that red tab is, that is the Levi's stamp. So let me know what you think about that. And while we do that, we're going to move to our next story. Anybody here like robotics? That Brendan guy, I feel like this is your area of interest. Anybody, like, have any of you guys heard of the company Boston Dynamics, or you see any of these even on like on Instagram? They'll I see reels where they have robots that are doing really that look very human, or they're doing very detailed tasks, right? If you're a robotic, yes, thank you, that Brandon guy. So whether or not you're a techie person, I'm sure you guys have heard of robotic dogs. If you have heard of robotic dogs, give me a doggy emoji in the comments. Jada, yes, they were with a robotic dog gone mad. Oh, I didn't hear about that. But okay. Hold on, let me see here. Joella has heard of them. Okay. So, Boston Dynamics, they are, one of the premier robotics companies in the world. I know someone whose job was replaced by those robotic dogs. Ooh, all right. Well, Boston Dynamics, they like that movie I, Robot with Will Smith. They developed their own robotic dog, and of course, they had patents and copyrights for the codes and things like that, and and they had partnerships with different companies for these robotic dogs. But Boston Dynamics was very adamant about not using these robotic dogs for weaponry, or using robotics for weapons. That's one of their things. They don't use their inventions for weapons. However, not everybody feels like that. There is another company called Ghost Robotics, okay? Ghost Robotics, they have they have come up with their own robotic dogs, okay? And they have chosen to partner with a weapons company, okay? Now, Boston Dynamics, they are suing Ghost Robotics for copyright infringement and patent infringement, because they are saying that the way that Ghost Robotics dog navigates stairs, the way that it walks, and the way that it balances, all of those are using methods that are proprietary to Boston Dynamics, okay? So Boston Dynamics, not only, they feel like it's a slap in the face. They're like, first of all, you're using our work to, basically create your own knockoffs, and then you're going to go and use it with weapons companies, which we are morally opposed against, okay? So Boston Dynamics is using their intellectual property power, their copyrights, their patents, to fight Ghost Robotics from making these robotic dogs that are being used with weapons companies, okay? So again, trademarks, while they are illegal, trademarks and copyrights, while intellectual property, it is a legal um excuse me, construct. It has very real applications in the real world in determining who can and cannot use your work. So Boston Dynamics is using their intellectual property to say, hey, you guys might want to watch out for Ghost Robotics, because they're out here making weapons dogs, all right? So I want to keep an eye on that, because listen, have we not seen all of the robot movies? Whew. People don't learn, y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna stay inside. I'm gonna stay inside, because it's like, what the heck? What the heck? Jesus is coming, y'all. Get right. um, but yeah, so Boston Dynamics is out here trying to prevent World War III. Okay. All right, before we move on to our next stories, I want to thank you guys for joining me on NPL Legal Dish tonight, my Monday broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. If you're having trouble deciding what kind of business you want to start or what you'd be good at, I encourage you to go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm and download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet. It will help you choose and start your dream business in 7 days or less, okay? All right, moving on. Do we have any graphic designers here? Anybody who uses like Adobe Photoshop, things like that? Just give me some type of, I don't know what a graphic designing emoji would be. Something artsy. Anybody who uses Adobe Photoshop? If you do, just give me some, okay? Now, um, a lot of times when we are, well, graphic designers or people who are doing digital art, when they are, picking colors, they use the Pantone scale, right? Pantone. Pantone is a company that they are the go-to, for different shades of colors. It's the one that's preferred by a lot of people, right? And up until recently, they, had a partnership with Adobe, that let people who are using the Adobe program utilize the Pantone scale or utilize Pantone colors. Unfortunately, recently, Adobe and Pantone have had a kerfuffle, and they no longer have this agreement. So if you are a graphic designer or you use Adobe Photoshop and you're trying to use Pantone, branded colors or those shades, you now have to pay a $15 a month subscription with Adobe. And if you don't, anything that you have created using the Pantone colors is going to revert to either black or white at a certain point. Okay, so basically, if you want to use the popular scale of colors for your graphic design, unless Adobe and Pantone can figure this out, you are going to have to pay an extra $15 a month for graphic design. Okay? So tell your artistic friends. I don't know if there's another program out there. Look, Crayola always been, fine for me, okay? Give me my fuchsia, my magenta, my orange reds, whatever. I will use Crayola. I'm not paying $15 a month to use the names of your colors. Thank you. But that's just me. For other people who have brand colors that are very specific, this might not be an option. They may need it. Um, Jada said, this is retroactive application doesn't sound fair. Well, the thing is, it has to do with an agreement between Adobe and Pantone. So they've had an agreement up to now. Now the agreement is over. So whatever agreements Pantone has with Adobe, it's not going to matter. So anything Adobe has, Pantone can just pull that. All right? It doesn't seem fair to the consumer, but on that higher level, it's just kind of balancing it out. Okay. Um, but yeah, so if you are a graphic designer, you may have to pay to use certain colors um, in the future. Okay. All right. Hold on. I think I got another comment here. All right. No. All right. No, I'm not gonna. We'll see about this one. All right. Okay. So this next story, again, y'all hurt my feelings today. I sang y'all a song. I sang my heart out in the stories. I asked you who sang the song. Nobody got the song. Look, I'm not saying that I am, the best singer in the world, but I feel like, I could hold a note or two. And nobody got the song. But anyway, the song was Exchange by Bryson Tiller. If you like the song Exchange by Bryson Tiller, give me an X in the comments, okay? So give me all of you in exchange for me. Just give me all of you in exchange for me. For me. Yes, Jada. Okay, I was singing my heart out. But yes, if you know the song Exchange by Bryson Tiller, Give me an X in the comments, okay? Now, this song was one of Bryson Tiller's, most popular songs, and it uses a sample from a group called KP and Envy. That song goes, "Shorty swing my way, it sure looks good to me. Now would you be sweet?" Anyway, I'm getting carried away. Anyway, thank you, Jada. A for effort. Anyway, so Bryson Tiller, his song Exchange, used a sample from KP and Envy's song, right? Now, there is a producer out there by the name of Gary Frisbee. He goes by the name G Money. He says that he created a song in 2013 called "Shorty So Cold," and he created it in 2013, and he also used the KP and Envy sample, but he sped it up. Like, I don't know how people do this stuff but he said he used some Fruity Loops. He sped it up. They do their producer magic, blah, blah, blah. He says that in 2017, his laptop was stolen along with $700. And then not long after, he heard Bryson Tiller's Exchange on the radio. And he has been claiming ever since that Bryson Tiller stole his beat. Okay? Now, I watched the video that this gentleman says is proof that he, created the beat for Bryson Tiller. But when I watched it, it seemed like all he did was speed it up and then Bryson Tiller slowed it down, right? I'm not a music producer, so I can't say how much work goes into altering, a sample, right? But from my untrained ear, it seemed like from the original sample, G Money sped it up, and from Bryson Tiller, he maybe slowed it down, right? Now, we don't know if these two ever cross paths, but this was G Money's. He said, my laptop was stolen, and all of a sudden Bryson Tiller comes out with this song using this sample. Now, if you go and look online, a lot of songs have used the KP and Envy sample. Okay, it's not unique. So Gary, he has been trying to win this fight against Bryson Tiller for a long time, and he has been denied again and again. And today, recently, he was handed another defeat. The court said, and it wasn't because of the song. It wasn't because they're saying that the song wasn't copied. The problem was that G Money was appealing at the wrong court, okay? If you are out here trying to sue for your intellectual property, you need to make sure that the court that you are filing at has jurisdiction over your case. Even if you have an airtight case with an airtight argument, if you file your case in the wrong court at the wrong level, they cannot hear it. They cannot. Jurisdiction is very important in the legal world. So when you are filing suit out here for your intellectual property, make sure that where you are filing your lawsuit, it is the right jurisdiction so that they don't deny you right off the bat, okay? Because I can't say for real whether Bryson Tiller used this man's beat, but you filed in the wrong place. So he can't get relief, and this is like his second appeal. So you just really need to be careful. And also, when I listened to it, it didn't seem like he did that much to the actual thing. He sped it up. I don't know how much work that takes, but you people out here who know music, you can let me know. But you know, good luck to Bryson Tiller. He don't be out here bothering nobody. Okay. All right, we got a couple more stories. Whew, y'all. Okay. Hey, Miss Whitney. Okay, has anybody listening, have any of y'all ever eaten at In-N-Out Burger? If you have eaten at In-N-Out Burger, give me a burger emoji. Tavis said G Money ain't good. He's not going to get no money because the court said, girl, we don't even have jurisdiction. You need to find somewhere else to go. He going to have to rob Bryce and Tiller or something. Yes. But has anybody eaten at In-N-Out Burger? Now, In-N-Out Burger, they're a West Coast chain. And they have something on their menu called the Double Double. Okay. Now, thank you, Kels Butter. Do you like In-N-Out? Have you had the Double Double? Let me know. Now, the Double Double is a burger on the In-N-Out menu, right? And while In-N-Out Burger may be known everywhere, they're even known internationally in Canada, right? But they don't have locations in Canada. So while people know what In-N-Out is in Canada, you can't drive to an In-N-Out in Canada. You're going to have to come to the United States. You only eat their fries? Okay. Now, in Canada, there's a restaurant chain called Tim Hortons, okay? Now, Tim Hortons, they're a coffee shop, and they also have something called the Double Double, and the Double Double is a coffee with 2 cream, 2 sugar. Oh, Joella likes In-N-Out Burger too. Okay. It is a West Coast thing, okay? Now, Tim Hortons, their Double Double is a coffee with 2 sugar, 2 cream. And Tim Hortons, they are only located in Canada. Tim Hortons tried to basically claim ownership over the phrase Double Double when it comes to fast food. Because they were saying, look, In-N-Out Burger doesn't even have locations in Canada. So why should they be able to use the Double Double on their menu when we're here located in Canada and we have a Double Double on our menu? Okay? So In-N-Out's people, they got to work. And they were like, look, we might not be in Canada, but Canada knows who we are. We come to Canada every year to the Langley Car Show. In-N-Out has been providing food for the Langley Car Show since 2008 from 2008 to 2019, where they have sold numerous Double Double burgers, right? Hold on. Joelle said, actually not that crazy about them. Their burgers are too plain for my taste. Also, Miss Jovemore and my... Oh, you going back and forth. Okay. All right. Okay. So, In-N-Out Burger, they're like, look, we might not be in Canada, but we be coming here. We be selling our stuff, and y'all be buying it. So, although Tim Hortons tried to get In-N-Out's Double Double trademark canceled, at least when it comes to Canada, In-N-Out Burger was able to prove that they have enough economic ties to Canada through this yearly car show that they are able to maintain their Double Double trademark outside of the United States in Canada with our, northern brethren. So remember, trademarks, they protect your logo when you are making money, right? So you need to be able to prove that you are either making money or you plan on making money with your trademark in order to be able to maintain it. All right, and In-N-Out did just that by saying, look, we might not have a brick and mortar store in Canada, but trust and believe, every year at the Langley Car Show, we show up with our little tent and we be popping out them Double Doubles. So they're able to maintain the Double Double on their menu in Canada. Okay? All right. Now, for our last story of the evening. Do we have anybody here who is interested in the cannabis industry? If you're interested in the cannabis industry, give me some type of plant emoji, okay? If you didn't know, this past weekend was MJ BizCon. It is a conference that they've been having for the last few years out in Las Vegas, where all of, the big hitters in the cannabis industry come together, and celebrate all things cannabis related, right? Hello, Ogu Victor. Now, um, for those of you, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but there is a movement within the cannabis industry called "Buy Weed from Women." They're really pushing the cannabis industry as a way to create equity for women, for people of color, and there's a whole movement out here, promoting "Buy Weed from Women." Okay, now, and they have T-shirts and everything. They've got T-shirts, bags, all types of merch. This year at MJ BizCon, there was another group of proprietors who was at MJ BizCon, and they had shirts that said, "Buy weed from rich white men." Okay? It was the same font as "Buy Weed from Women." It was the same color palette as "Buy Weed from Women." Buy weed from rich white men. Okay? And I had a friend who is, in that industry. They were like, "Can they do that? Can't they sue?" And I said, "No. Why do you think that the Buy Weed from Women collective cannot sue this other group that is, promoting this Buy Weed from rich white men?" Okay? It's obvious that they're copying them. They're using the same color scheme. Why is Buy Weed from Women not able to do anything about it? Why are they not able to do anything about it? Come on, all my OGs, you know this. My OGs know this. Why can't the Buy Weed from Women get the Buy Weed from rich white men to stop using that phrase? Hey, girl. It's not a gender thing. Here's the thing, okay? Now, Buy Weed from Women, that phrase is saying, purchase this substance from women. Weed is still a federally scheduled substance, okay? No, it's a legal thing. Weed is still a federally scheduled substance. You cannot get a trademark for something illegal. So to say "Buy Weed from Women," if you were to replace "Buy Crack from Women," that is essentially the same thing. You can't trademark it, right? So this other group, "Buy Weed from Rich White Men," they can get away with this because neither one of them can trademark the phrase. Okay? So, "Buy Weed from Women," while this obvious co-opting by this other group is unfortunate, they can't do anything about it because they can't trademark the phrase. You can't trademark something that's illegal, okay? So that is the bottom line of this story, okay? Now, there are things in the cannabis industry, there are equity issues, but that's not my area of expertise. I'm here to talk about, what I know about. But yes, but those were the stories that I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to give y'all a nice meaty show because I was gone last week and I missed you. If you have any questions about any of the stories that we covered tonight, we talked about Anna Wintour versus Drake. We talked about Mariah Carey. We talked about the Z Library, the Chrisleys, Banksy, Levi's, Boston Dynamics and their robots, the Pantone color scheme, Bryson Tiller, In-N-Out Burger, and Buy Weed from Women. Kel's Butter. Cannabis is legal in certain states. I think there are about 20 states now where cannabis is legal at the state level, right? But it's not legal at the federal level. So here, where I live in Maryland, up until recently, recreational cannabis was essentially legal in Virginia, and DC, right? But it wasn't legal in Maryland. We only just now have weed have cannabis that is legal in Maryland that you can purchase and grow and consume, right? Not every state is like that. And at the federal level, it is totally illegal, okay? It's totally illegal. So, um so if something is federally illegal, you can't get a trademark for it. Now, you may be able to get a trademark in your state because it's legal there, in the states where it's legal, Colorado, California, I don't know where else it's legal. Y'all tell me. But if you're trying to get a federal trademark having to do with cannabis, it cannot be for something that is touching the product. Okay? Yes. So, yeah. So those were the stories that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you guys for being such an involved, crew tonight. Thank you for the questions, the comments, the participation. It makes the show that much more exciting. Thank you for, spending the time with me. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the DMs. Make sure that you're booking your free 15-minute consultations. Make sure you go download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet. All that is available at linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm. If you missed any part of the show, it'll be up on all platforms in just a couple of minutes after I fix the titles and stuff. So take care of yourselves and have a great night. Bye. All right. How do I end this? Okay. Stop streaming.